Hello, 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 hello. It's Thursday, and you know what that means? A new episode of Chit Chat with Bernie Bella. I'm your host, Bernadine, and I am very excited to be here with you tonight. So, my peeps, what are going and what are going, where are going, how are you doing? For those who have joined me, let me know if you're here. Say hi, say hello. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Let me know if you can hear me because I was having some problems earlier with my audio. So let me know if you can hear me. Hope all is going well with you. So again, welcome to episode 16 of Chit Chat with Bernie Bella. Yes, I got a new hair. They say blondes have more fun. So, I try a thing to see if I get more fun and start having more fun. Glad that you can hear me. Glad. So if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Previous episodes can be found on YouTube. So visit the site, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, this is a talk show where we discuss lots of things: sports, politics, current affairs, entertainment, gossip, and news, and a little bit of what's happening in our community and around the world. And if it's a trending topic, we will discuss that as well. So feel free to say hello, give your opinion. And if you even want to join me on screen, that can be worked out as well. This week's gift is a Latin coffee, so we'll touch on that a little bit later. As you know, your participation weekly gives you the opportunity to win free gifts. And this week it's a Latin coffee. So we'll touch on that a little bit later. So we're going to start off as usual with our entertainment news. And we're starting off in the musical section with the new some of the new videos, reggae videos that have come out this week. There's one Bunji Garlin that he has a song out, and it's been out for about a month. It's called Trinilingo. The video is out, the song's out, and it has a nice rhythm. It's on that rhythm where Stylo G has his dumpling song on, but Trinilingo, very nice, catchy, nice. It play on the radio so often that every time I'm in the car, me hear it on the radio. So you know, say song about it. Nice. Also, Lee Major X and Little Kirk has a new song out called Ghetto X. It's a nice song. It's simple lyrics. It talks about what's happening in Jamaica right now, what needs to be fixed, and all that kind of stuff. So it's got a little bit inspirational. And one of our newer dancehall artists that's on the scene right now, Shaniel Muir, she says Muir. She has a new song out, and also the video. It's called Exclusive. So she's more of a dancehall artist. So most of her songs are usually raunchy, but this one, Exclusive, it's not. It's actually can be played on the radio. It's nice. The lyrics are clean. So check out the video. Nice visuals and everything. It's got a nice rhythm. So check out all videos and albums on YouTube and Vivo, and the video links will be in my description box on YouTube. So in the sports arena, we're going to start off with international soccer. And as you all know, the Euro Cup and the Copa America events were last week. Italy won the Euro Cup over England after the game went to penalty shootouts. And they won 3-2. Needless to say, the English people didn't take it too well. The three guys who missed their penalty shots were all black players. And I mean, the amount of racist stuff what them say and do and carry on with over there this past week, it's beyond compare. So it's not, wasn't a good look for my British peeps. But what can I say? Wasn't a good look at all. Also, Argentina won the Copa America Cup. And I guess I'm not a good predictor of soccer matches because the two teams that I thought would have won or that I wanted to win didn't win. So we're going to circle around to the NBA. The Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks are playing in the finals right now. The series is now tied 2-2 as Milwaukee won the 2 games at home. Phoenix had won the previous 2 games at their home. So it's tied 2-2. So they're going back to Phoenix for game 5. Historically or statistically, though, the person that is the team that have won game 5 usually go on to win the championship. It's a high statistic occurrence. So we'll see how that happens, how that goes. The Blue Jays are on their All-Star break. They'll be playing this weekend. Prior to going on the All-Star, they lost a couple of games with Tampa. I think they lost 2 of the 3 games with Tampa. So, they'll win a game, lose 2, win a game, lose 3. So, and sometimes they'll win a couple of games and you think that they're going to go on a run and it's not happening. So, we'll see what happens. They're still 3rd in their division. They still have a somewhat of a winning record. They're at 44-40 right now. 4 of their players were at the All-Star game. That's also not a first, but it's been a long time since the Blue Jays have had 4 players at the All-Star game. Vladdy Guerrero, he won the MVP trophy at the All-Star game. He's one of the youngest player to win it. And also he's the only Blue Jays player to ever win that trophy. So big up to Vladdy. The Blue Jays had petitioned the government to get them to play back in Toronto on July 30th. They have not yet made a decision as to whether that's going to happen. No decision, according to news reports, there's no decision that will be made this weekend. So they won't know until next week if they can come back to play in Toronto starting July 30th. And TFC, they're fortunate because they're getting to play their first home match, meaning that they'll be playing in Toronto on Saturday at BMO Fields. They've been playing in Tampa, which is, the home away from home because of COVID. So they've managed to get approval to play in Toronto this weekend. So they're playing Orlando City. And according to federal government requirements, as long as the players that are coming in have, they've all been vaccinated, have all gotten their 2 vaccine shots, and their 14 days have passed since your last vaccine shot, they don't have to quarantine. So apparently Orlando City meets the requirement, so they'll be playing at BMO Field. I think there's only about 7,000 spectators that will be allowed inside to watch the game, but I mean, that's better than nothing. They're home. It's a good look for them. Also, Josie Altidore is back with a team, so let's pray and hope that things are picking up for them, and it's a new beginning for them because they did fire their coach. They won just the 1 game under the interim coach before they went on a break again. So we'll see if, fingers crossed, if they keep winning. So if you've joined on, just say hi, say hello, let me know if you're watching and all of that stuff. Well, Colleen says, no, they changed it to 15,000. Awesome. The last news was earlier this morning that they said it was 7,000, but if they've changed it to 15, that's great for them. The more the merrier. The more the merrier, the more spectator, the better for them. So we're going to start off on a little bit of a sad news. Valier Maffy Johnson passed away suddenly over the weekend. His death was confirmed by his daughter. Maffy, as he's affectionately called, has been an actor and a performer in Jamaica for over 50 years. And they said about 40 of those years he spent with Oliver Samuels doing various plays. So they're very, very, very good friends. Oliver put out a video, he was heartbroken and sad about the sudden passing of his friend. If you've never watched him live or even watched one of the videos that are circulated on YouTube, you're missing out on the experience of enjoying an awesome Jamaican talent. So the theater and entertainment fraternity has lost an irreplaceable icon. So rest in peace to Maffy and condolences to his family. Let's see. Oh, hi, Howard. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Hope all is well with you and Joyce. If you've just joined, say hi. I don't bite. Say hello. Anyways, yeah, so rest in peace to Maffy and, condolences to his family. So we're going to circle around to Ohio. And I didn't think that it was possible for this to happen when you're doing an organ transplant. But we'll see what happens. Let's see. Colleen says, work with him at National Sugar. May his soul rest in peace. Yes, he's a very nice gentleman. I've heard, well, most of the people that I've spoken to and who knows him and have worked with him said he's very, very nice, very friendly. Howard Henry says, doing fine so far. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hope to see you now that we're opening up a little bit. We'll probably bump into each other somewhere. So in Ohio, a hospital transplanted a kidney into the wrong person, leaving the very ill intended recipient waiting for a replacement. University hospitals in Ohio apologized for the mix-up and said it put 2 workers on leave while it investigates. We're dismayed that an error recently occurred, resulting in one patient receiving a kidney intended for another, its statement said. Fortunately, the person who was erroneously given the kidney was compatible with the donated organ, but the patient who was actually first on the hospital's transplant list has had their surgery delayed. The mixed-up surgery took place July 2nd, a spokesman for the hospital system said. The hospital said that the United Network for Organ Sharing, which oversees transplants, is reviewing the incident to understand what led to the error and to ensure that such an event will never happen again. Can you imagine you're told that you're being prepped because there's an organ coming for you, and when you're waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing happens, and then to hear that, oops, sorry, we put the organ in somebody else? Like, somebody needs to be fired for that. And what if the organ wasn't compatible with the donor that it went into? Like, it could have killed that other person. And yeah, somebody needs to be fired for that. Definitely fired for that. So let's see who else is joining. If you've just come on, drop a hi, drop a hello. As I said, we don't bite over here. We're very friendly. Colleen says, these things let me scared of surgery now, right? Too much error. Like, how do you make such a big mistake? I mean, I've had surgery here in Toronto, and even during COVID, and the amount, like, they check and they check. You're going to get a pill. They check your band, check your name, check your this, check your that. They bring food, they check your name. So how do they get that mixed up? I don't understand. Anyways, we're going to circle around to Haiti, and a lot of things have been happening over there. So to continue with last week's news that the Haitian president, Jovenel Moise, was assassinated in his home. His wife, who was also injured during the assassination on his life, she was flown to Miami. She's doing better and is calling on the nation not to lose its way. So far, they're saying that a hit squad of 28 men, 26 Colombians, and 2 Haitian Americans, they were all a part of this whole assassination plot. And so far, 17 of them have been arrested and at least 3 were killed. There's talks that a former Haitian senator is behind the plot. Haiti has reached out to the USA asking them for help as the island is under siege and it's in an uproar right now. So Not quite sure what's happening with that. I know that they're getting 500,000 doses of vaccine in order to start their vaccination process. There's the conspiracy theory that because Moise didn't want to accept any vaccine from any other nation, they're saying that the US is behind taking him out so that they can vaccinate the people and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know all these things, but all I know is that COVAX will be sending 500,000 doses of vaccine to Haiti. And hopefully, people will get their vaccine, get vaccinated, and will get better over there. Okay. Oh, hi, Enid. Thanks for checking in. How are you? Hope all is well with you and you had a good week. Let me know if you got the tea. I did mail it out last week, so sometimes Canada Post is a little bit behind. So we'll see. Oh, good. Awesome. You got your package today. Hey, Desiree, how are you? Thanks for checking in. So we're circling to Jamaica, and apparently they now have a new Sexual Harassment Protection and Prevention Act 2021. According to Babsy Grange, the bill will not be partial to anyone. She asked the country to note that the new bill, which replaces a former bill that had been tabled by former Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller in 2015, is not partial to any gender, because the violation is not limited to one gender. Men and women experience sexual harassment, and it is against this background that the bill before the House is gender neutral and seeks to protect and prevent sexual harassment against both men and women, she said. She said that when the bill becomes law, it will deal a blow to sexual harassment by bringing relief to victims and punishment to perpetrators while acting as a deterrent to others. Okay, so there was a couple of conversations regarding this bill coming into play. And couple of the things that came up was that if a poor man say, hey, sexy wagwan, when you're walking down the street, you'll probably be more liable to be upset with him than if a rich man said, hey, sexy wagwan. You'd probably be more inclined to want to have a conversation with the richer man. I don't know. But what I do know is this is going to take a while for Jamaicans, and I'm only speaking to Jamaicans because I'm a Jamaican, born and grown and all of that kind of stuff, so I know what happens. But it's going to be more difficult for a lot, especially the older ones, to adapt and understand how this law is going to work. And it's going to be very hard for them, because I have had conversations with men that, one, don't know what is sexual harassment, two, just figure, oh, they should talk to you anyhow or say anything and you should be okay with it, not knowing that, okay, this is what's happening, you can't do that, you can't say that, so just stop. And even just friendly conversation with people, just, to go over stuff. And yeah, so this is going to be interesting to see, once it gets implemented, how many people gets brought up on charges and how many of those charges will be successful in court. So that's something to see. Oh, Desiree says love their hair. Oh, thanks. Yeah, trying something new. So, see if I can have as much fun as they say blondes do. Enid says I am good, give thanks. Awesome. So if you're just checking in, say hello, say hi. And so we're back in Ontario, and tomorrow we're going to move into step 3 of our reopening process. We're moving in a week earlier than previously stated. So far, the COVID numbers are still coming down. Gyms and theaters, cinemas, and such can now open with limited capacity of about 50%. They're increasing their indoor capacity, and they're also increasing your outdoor capacity. So, and again, if this continues the same way, we can possibly go into step 4 in a few weeks. Fingers crossed. The federal government is also lifting the ban on cruise ships in Canadian waters earlier than originally planned. And that's mostly for on the Vancouver, and we really don't get cruise ships over on this side of the country, but a lot of the Alaskan crews are out of Vancouver port, or there's cruises from Vancouver, Canada to Seattle, Washington in the USA. So they're opening, those will be opening up soon so that people can start going on cruises. But I'm also noticing that other countries that had opened up and had major events are now under lockdown again. Australia is in its 5th lockdown. Japan is under a state of emergency. I know Vietnam is locked down. Their borders are locked. You can't even go. Like here, we can go from Brampton to Mississauga to Toronto, and in Vietnam, you can't do that. So if you've got people, family living in other cities, you can't visit them because they're under total lockdown. So we'll see what's happening with that. Also, I know a couple of businesses have now come out and said that, Seneca is saying that all students and teachers will need to be fully vaccinated if they're going to be on campus. So if you're going to go to school in person, and if you're going to teach in person, not online, you need to be vaccinated or you can't attend school. Don't know how that's going to go. I know the strip club downtown called Fillmore's, they're saying that all the strippers need to be vaccinated, and all the patrons that will be coming in needs to be fully vaccinated as well. So there's a few other businesses that are saying, in order for you to do business with us or to come into our place, you need to be fully vaccinated. I know the Toronto Regional Board of Trade is requesting something of a vaccine passport for people who will be coming to conferences, because when they have major conferences at the International Center, the Congress Center, or downtown Toronto, at a couple of those big conference centers, it's lots and lots of thousands and thousands of people. They're saying we need to get something in place to ensure that the people who are coming in are vaccinated and healthy. I don't know how all of that's going to go, but it should be interesting to watch and see. Also, reports now, the stats that are coming out now for most of those people who are getting COVID. So when COVID started, it was primarily the older folks who are getting COVID. Now, a lot of those who are getting COVID are younger folks, those under 30, the ones who never stopped partying because COVID never exists, or me not go catch it, those ones, and them I catch it now. And 95% of those who are dying from COVID now are people who have not been vaccinated. So that's some interesting stats to think about right there. In Peel region, tomorrow it's Pfizer Friday. That means that at all the clinics in Peel where you're able to get a vaccine, the only vaccine that'll be given tomorrow is Pfizer, because there are people who are, Pfizer is in limited supply, And there are people who got their first Pfizer and don't want to get Moderna as a second, or the AstraZeneca as a second, because they don't want a mixed vaccine. So for those people, they can book their appointments online, go to the clinics tomorrow, because none of the clinics are taking walk-in. So, and tomorrow it's Pfizer only, and people can get their first shot or second shot. And apparently they'll have more specific vaccine days as supply dictates. So who knows, they'll have a Moderna Monday, I'm just saying. But I'm just hoping that things continue to go in the way it's going, where the numbers are going down, the deaths are going down, and we don't have to undergo a fourth lockdown here in Ontario. So Howard says it looks good on you. I guess you're talking about my hair. Yeah, I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Sandra says, I'll wait till next year for your cruise. Yes. And Colleen says we need passports. Girl, whatever that comes in that I need to travel, I'm on it. So sometimes some things you cannot fight, so you join them. The things that you can fight and win those battles, then yeah, those we can fight. So the corona numbers in Canada are as follows. 1.42 million tested, 1.39 million recovered, and 26,468 deaths. That's Canada. Worldwide, we've had 188 million tested, 180 million plus recovered, and 4.4 million 60,000 have died so far. Ontario numbers are 548,000 tested, 537,000 recovered, and 9,275 have died. And in Jamaica, 50,848 have tested positive, for 42,122 have recovered, and 1,134 have died from COVID. So because I do these numbers every week, I get to see the difference in the testing and the deaths and stuff, and the numbers are going down in terms of the amount of people that are dying from COVID. The numbers are going down, which is a good thing. So, hey, Audrey Gordon, I see you watching. Say hello, say hi. Are you in Jamaica or are you in the USA? Okay, so I'm going to go to Florida right now, and this lovely gentleman on screen is a former Florida sheriff's deputy. He is now going to go to prison for 12 years. And you may wonder why. Well, his prison sentence is for planting drugs inside driver's car during traffic stops and then arresting them. So, former Jackson County Deputy Zachary Wester, 28, did not speak at Tuesday's hearing. He was convicted in May on 19 of 67 counts, including racketeering, official misconduct, fabricating evidence, perjury, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances and drug paraphernalia. Internal Affairs investigators found the drugs hidden inside Wester's patrol car in the summer of 2018, shortly before he was suspended. Prosecutors said it was ready to plant evidence that Wester used during his traffic stops. Body camera video also showed Wester holding what appeared to be baggies filled with drugs surreptitiously before searching cars after stopping them. Prosecutors had to drop charges in nearly 120 cases involving Wester that occurred between 2016 and 2018 because of the accusations that he planted evidence. They were asking for him to be sentenced to 15 years, but I guess the judge decided against that. Teresa Odom, one of Wester's victims, told the judge the deputy had ruined her reputation and deprived her of time with her grandchild. Wester had stopped her for a defective brake light in 2018 and asked for permission to search her truck. She agreed. He claimed he found a baggie of methamphetamine in her purse, but body camera video showed him palming a bag before beginning his search. Odom, who vehemently denied the drugs were hers when confronted by Wester, later pleaded no contest and received 4 years probation. That conviction has been thrown out. Wester's wife Rebecca and others begged Judge Goodman for leniency, saying he's a good church-going man who volunteers in his community. More than 50 people sent letters to the judge in support of Wester. Me want to know who them people they be. Me want to know who are those 50 people who write letter to the judge to tell the judge say, don't send this policeman to prison for life. Because in the USA, they don't play with their sentencing. And you lose so much privileges when you are a former criminal. What me would have liked to know is what are the color of the people that he stopped, pull over, and plant the drugs upon them. That stats I would like to see. What color were the people that he stopped, pulled over, and plant the drugs upon them? Those 50 people who wrote that letter saying he's a good man and he's a church-going man, them not consider the how many hundreds of people implant drugs upon. They said that they had to throw out over 120 charges. So how much life him rob? How much people life him rob? Like, really? Them the people they want to slap. And his wife wants somebody slap her. Let's see. Colleen says, I hope him get something planted properly in jail. Colleen also said fraudster. Desiree says, oh my God. Desiree says, I can't. Cherise says, ridiculous. Howard says, that happens all the time. Howard says, the ones that are doing the same thing, right? And Colleen says, no comment on skin color. Facebook will lock me down. Enid said, I was asking myself the same question. Me want to know the skin color of the people. But me want Big John have fun with him when he go in a jail. Yes. Me want Big John have fun with him when he go in a jail. So there was a big, no, not that one. There was a big news conference today of a major drug bust that they did here in Ontario. So the OPP said they have arrested 22 people in connection with a months-long investigation into 2 Greater Toronto area-based organized crime groups who were allegedly importing cocaine into Canada. So the news conference was today. The OPP, in collaboration with the Provincial Operations Intelligence Bureau, York Regional Police, again, and the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, began Project Southam in March 2020 after they became aware of overlapping investigations, Detective Inspector Jim Walker said in a press conference today. The linkage between these organized crime groups is based solely on the common members between the groups, Walker said. One of the groups were responsible for importing and trafficking cocaine from Colombia. The group would conceal the cocaine in textiles for a ship to Canada, where a clandestine laboratory would be used to process the drugs into a sellable state. The second group conspired to import cocaine from the Caribbean, as well as conspiring in the exportation of illegal cannabis from Canada into the USA. So apparently they seized 86 kilograms of cocaine that were being attempted to be imported by air from the Caribbean. And There also a large quantity of cannabis, also fishing fraud and mortgage fraud. On July 7th, police executed 44 search warrants at 25 locations in Toronto and the surrounding GTA. As a result of those warrants, investigators seized 92 kilos of cocaine, 1 kilo of methamphetamine, 249 kilograms of illicit cannabis, along with $372,020 Canadian and 7 vehicles as offense-related property, among a slew of other things. Walker said the street value of the drug seized is an estimated $10 million. 22 people were also charged with 139 offenses, including conspiracy to import cocaine and trafficking cocaine. Police said they also came across an individual who was allegedly involved with both groups and 2 other drug trafficking networks. That man busy. One man, 47-year-old Sukhjit Dhaliwal, remains outstanding, and police said they have issued a warrant for his arrest. Almost all the major busts that I've seen going on lately, York Region Police are involved in them. A couple of them have had to be thrown out because of York Regional Police's mishandling of those drug busts. So we'll see what happens. But people are trying bringing stuff through the airport now. Them not see enough flight are coming. The people them not have nothing for do more than search everything what come in. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Anyways, we're gonna circle around to Wisconsin. If you've just joined, say hello, say hi. If tonight's your first night, I usually do around the world trip. If there's an interesting topic somewhere, I'll pick it up. So if you hear me say I'm going to Wisconsin or going to Florida, that's where the stories happen. I don't just bring stories from Canada. So right now we're going to go to Wisconsin, and police are still searching for Krista Halderson, the lady in the picture, 53-year-old, whose son Chandler Halderson, 23-year-old, he's on the right. He's suspected of killing his father, 50-year-old Bart Halderson. The 23-year-old Wisconsin man will face multiple charges in connection with the death of his father, whose dismembered body was found last Thursday in a rural area, as well as the disappearance of his still missing mother. Last Wednesday, Chandler Halderson of Windsor. Can you imagine if you call film name in a registration at school a morning time? Chandler Halderson. Ooh, tongue twister. So last Wednesday, he called the Dane County Sheriff's Office to report that his father, Bart Halderson, 50, and his mother, Krista Halderson, 53, had vanished from their home at Oak Spring Circle on July 1st. The next day, police found a human torso in Cottage Grove, where Chandler had allegedly been seen driving his vehicle in reverse with the rear hatch open in a field near a wooded area. Authorities say they believe Chandler shot and dismembered his father before dumping his remains in a wooded area of Cottage Grove. Police allege he then lied to police, saying his parents had vanished after going away for the 4th of July weekend. Chandler was arrested on a tentative felony charge of providing false information in a missing person investigation. He's been held at the Dane County Jail on a $10,000 bond. His attorney did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. On Monday, he was charged with 3 new tentative felony counts: mutilating a corpse, hiding a corpse, and intentional first-degree murder. Ay. And now when parents could I do him so? When parents could I do him so? Man. Colleen said, must him name why I'm upset with his parents. Man, can you imagine if you call and name that at the time in that school? No, sir. Not nice at all. Not nice. If you're just joining, say hi, say hello. Don't be shy. We don't bite over here. So I'm going to go to Jamaica right now. And there are 2 new online reality shows happening right now in Jamaica. 876 Roommates and The Social House. Both shows are made up of homegrown Jamaican social media influencers. 876 Roommates has about 15 contestants. They did the show about the filming of it a couple of months ago, because I remember when Dano and World Dog and them were down there. And they're vying for cash and other prizes. The Social House has 4 participants who will be vying to win $1 million Jamaican cash prize. Each show requires the participants to win the weekly challenges and to accumulate points in order to win the top prize. Both shows debuted on YouTube on July 12th, so that was Monday. They both started on July 10th. They're both funny. I've watched The Social House, and that's funny. Episode 2 of The Social House, I know that was coming on tonight. 876, I remember when they were filming, so I kind of went through that a little bit because there was some controversy and stuff. So some of that stuff have come out already, but it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Colleen says, oh Lord, I wonder if he'd eat his mommy. Hannibal. And Howard said them cut off his allowance. Possibly, you never know. People do things for that. The things that people are doing nowadays, you just never know why they do the things they do. So yeah. But yeah, back to the 2 reality shows on. They're both on YouTube, so if you guys got time, you can check them out. They're both funny. They're about half an hour to 40 minutes each show. 876 Roommates and The Social House. So we're staying in Jamaica, where a St. Catherine pastor is on the run after he allegedly raped an 11-year-old last Thursday. The victim had been residing with her aunt in the rural community since April to facilitate online classes, and he allegedly raped her. So now he's on the run. I'm tired of them pastor man, you know, honestly. I'm tired of them pastor man, you know. And there's another one. Detectives attached to the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, CISOCA, have arrested and charged 52-year-old Oral Britton, otherwise called Bishop, a minister of religion of Petersfield in Westmoreland, with rape and grievous sexual assault following a June 2019 incident in Retreat St. Mary. Reports are that the complainant was at church when she was allegedly summoned to a room by Britton. It is further alleged that Britton handed the complainant a bottle of pills. The woman opened the bottle and fell ill immediately. Britton then had sexual intercourse with her against her will. The matter was reported to the police and the man was arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. I'm tired of them pastor here. Me really tired of the pastor. Every week, another pastor a rape one little pitney. Every week, a pastor a rape one. That's why them little kitch up Jamaican churches sometimes you just want slap them. But them oh boy. Anyways, let's see. Hello, Miss German. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Colleen said nobody to bail him now. No, because him probably kill him mother and father. And she said, what happened to these pastors? But I don't know. I don't know what happened to the pastor. Then the pastor them just not, them not going right. Them not going right. Every week them rape off a little pitney. Every week. Every week. But we're staying in Jamaica. And we have one little bad girl where decides that even though she did a court, she had to threaten the woman who carry her go court. So we'll read on. An infuriated judge ordered that a woman be remanded after hearing that she was threatening the complainant in her case. Samantha Hall appeared before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Monday recently for unlawful wounding and was expected to carry money for compensation. However, she was remanded when the complainant shared with Senior Parish Judge Lorian Cole Montague that Hall had threatened her on social media. The court heard that Hall posted on her WhatsApp status, "Tired for telling no a one girl army this. Me no mind sit down in jail. Me will stab her acid the name of the complainant. She a work for her next beating. I bet you say me fix her again after court done." Hall confessed her intentions to carry out the attack on the complainant. However, that did not appease Cole Montague. "You people have no regard for the court, even to mention the very court in your idle, careless posting. You don't have no regard for the court. Madam, where you stand is very different from where the complainant is. And I can tell you now, you now go home today. You people are so disgusting," she said sternly. Cole Montague expressed disappointment that persons were not able to walk away from conflict and have increasingly shown disregard for the court of law. "We are big people, and when we want to assert our rights, Jamaicans love to talk about me and big man and me and big woman and nobody enough to style me. But you style the court and you style me, so you gotta pay for that," she said. Judge now play with her. Cole Montague even became more enraged when she heard that Hall, who was expected to present $30,000 in compensation, only carried $4,000. The judge said, "You are drop big talk and not the money. Look here, prepare ourselves for me, please. Unfortunately for you, ma'am, the last time I checked, there is no holding area in the corporate area to accommodate you. There is none in Clarendon, so I believe you will be spending the night in porous Manchester, and them not have visited. And since you call each other gal at gal for have them money, you hear?" The judge said Hall is expected to return to court on July 27th. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. No, but I love it in another courthouse when that the judge go and do her thing. I would have loved to be in that courthouse. Sharon said, "Summer, look, yes, may I try something different? You're at work. Thanks for checking in even more." And Colleen says, bad girl, one man army." Sharon says, "Judge, a original bad girl." I'm if I tell you. But you know, say if you go to court with $30,000 and you show up with $4,000 and you go in there as a bad girl and say, yeah. Boy. Anyways, we're in my WTF section. So TikTok user Andrea Owen claims she discovered her husband had been having an affair with their neighbor and had got her pregnant, which prompted Andrea to take revenge in an imaginative way. Andrea said that when she discovered her husband was having sex with the neighbor, and when she found out the neighbor got pregnant, Andrea cut hole in every pair of underwear, shorts, and trousers her husband owned to make a point about his struggle to keep it in his pants. And when she was leaving, she left him a note that told him exactly why she wasn't going to be sticking around. and the note says, since you can't seem to keep your dick in your pants, I thought I'd help you out by cutting out the boy. No, people are crazy. Anyways, so we're in New York, and a woman is on the run from the police after driving a car through the lobby of a hotel turned homeless shelter in New York. And the sad part about that is nobody knows why. She didn't have a confrontation with them. There wasn't any issue. Why should drive the car in at the hotel? Why should drive the car straight in at the hotel lobby? It was a Ramada by Wyndham. Why? Because due to COVID, a few of the hotels in New York were converted into homeless shelter. Now, while that was a good idea to start with, they're now having problems getting the homeless people to leave the hotels so the hotels can go back to being hotels. So I'm not quite sure how some of that's going to go, but should be interesting to see if they get the homeless people out of the hotels so that they can go back to being hotels. Colleen says, crazy woman. Remember one drive right through to the bank? Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, there was one that drove to the bank. So it should be interesting. If you're just joining, I see quite a few people watching. If you're just joining, say hi, say hello. Let me know who's here. Staying in Jamaica. And this one is funny. I found it funny anyways. A woman who falsified her CSEC grades in order to enlist in the Jamaica Constabulary Force has found herself in trouble with the law after her attempt to con her way into the law enforcement body backfired. Crystal McDonald, age 24, attended a recent JCF recruitment drive where she presented the fraudulent certificates indicating that she received passes in mathematics and English at the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate. McDonald pleaded guilty to possession of and uttering forged documents when she appeared before Senior Parish Judge Lori Ann Cole Montague. This a judge again. The judge said, Madam, is the JCF drive you were going to with forged documents? So hold on. You don't know that police investigate these things? Then would have must find out, the judge said, expressing disbelief at McDonald's actions. The JCF requires that applicants have a minimum of 4 CSEC subjects, including passes in math and English, to be considered for enrollment. McDonald told the court that she attained 4 subjects while at high school, but confessed that she did not pass maths and English. You know, if you did apply yourself, you would get a little maths and English, the judge says. But now, because of what you've done, you can't turn police and you would have made a good officer. She would have made a nice Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse officer. See how she would take time with the little pitney them, the senior judge expressed. Miss McDonald, for these offenses, I think the appropriate sentence would be for you to pay a fine, pay money. This is serious, you know, because look at where you went with the forged documents to the police. Some people would say your eye dry, but I don't think so. I would discount it to a lack of life experience from what I'm seeing and hearing. McDonald, a mother of 2, told the judge that she was not able to pay the impending fine as she only had $4,000 in her possession. She also said that she earns an income by working at a restaurant twice a week. Poor soul. But you feel go try going to police force with fraud documents. Boy, she never did think out that one there. She never think out that one there clearly at all. Never. She didn't think that one through. So we're staying in Jamaica. We're going into St. Andrews. So a St. Andrews family is heartbroken after 37-year-old Joseph Jojo Smith was killed on Saturday, allegedly by his nephew. The distraught family is pleading with Jermaine Kareem Richards, 20, who has been identified as the suspect, to turn himself in. The nephew stabbed the uncle with an ice pick that all started as a family dispute between the nephew and his cousin. The uncle intervened and got in a tussle with the nephew, according to the aunt. According to the aunt, the uncle hit the nephew first. Also, the uncle had an ice pick that he shaped off of the nephew, according to the aunt. Him stab off him, but he never tried to stab him, but just to kind of back up the nephew off him a bit. And apparently the nephew said, and this is based on the video interview that the aunt did, the nephew said to the uncle, you don't have the heart to kill me, but I will kill you. And then him stab the uncle, kill him. So the family is now imploring the nephew to turn himself into the police. Okay. Simple little argument. So far, there's no word yet if the nephew has turned himself in. This happened Tuesday. So I haven't heard anything yet as to whether the nephew turned himself. But simple little argument, a man dead and gone now. Simple little argument, man dead and gone. Enid says I feel bad for her. Colleen says, I wonder if that is the same 4,000 coming to that. Possibly, you never know. You never know. So, we're staying in Jamaica. We're going, the government is now pushing, and I didn't know that this wasn't a thing, because I thought that's something that they would have implemented in Jamaica already, but apparently not. So the government is pushing for developers to build water tanks in new housing schemes. Omer Davis says the government plans to engage housing developers to have them construct 50,000 gallon tanks for every 100 new homes built to help a vast majority of Jamaicans access clean, potable water by 2030. Davis took journalists on a tour yesterday of the Rural Water Supply Limited's artificial underground recharge system in Innswood, St. Catherine, which supplies the NWC, National Water Commission, with 5 million gallons of water on a daily basis. Wow. And apparently, this infrastructure is able to generate about 10 million gallons of water. It is the largest infrastructure of that nature in the Caribbean. So kudos to Jamaica for that. But I thought it was already a thing where the developers were supposed to ensure that adequate water is going to the development scheme, but apparently not. You can get nice house and you have ample water for do your things, and you get nice house and you not have proper electricity for do your things. So Jamaica need to tighten up on that. So when people get them house are moving, them can enjoy the facilities properly. So let's see how that works out and what they do going forward. Also, there was a note on stats for Western Union and remittance. So for the first 6 months of 2021, remittance inflows into Jamaica exceeded the US $1 billion with a B mark. That means enough money on a send go to Jamaica from foreign. Enough money on a send. And that is an increase over last year's money. So they're saying that to this point of the year, $349 million more was sent to Jamaica via remittance. Can you imagine over $1 billion US dollars remittance sent to Jamaica? Jamaicans don't have to work. Because when they are foreign, I send money go give them enough. They're saying that most of the remittance came from the USA. UK was the second country. Canada was the third, the Cayman Islands was the fourth, and this is in regards to percentage of money that came in, the higher the percentage from the various countries. But that's quite interesting. That is very, very interesting. 6 months already and over $1 billion. Over $1 billion gets sent to Jamaica in just 6 months. So I mean, what will happen for the rest of the year? What will happen for the rest of the year? That's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, there's been some we're gonna go to Cuba for a little bit. There's been some march, there've been some demonstrations and stuff going on in Cuba. This is because the people have not enough food. The people have not enough food, so they might protest the lack of food. They might protest their inability to get proper food, their inability to get proper clothing and all of them stuff. Them said the last time a march of that magnitude happened was in 1994. So, so they're asking for food, they might ask for clothing, they might ask for money, and they're saying that power cuts, they have a lot of power cuts and all of them something there. So I saw on the news this evening where the current president, because as you know, the two Castro brother, them no longer in power, so it's a different president them have, and apparently this one state that they didn't handle the consumer goods distribution situation well, and more consumer goods will be released so the people them can get food and them something. Because what happened in Cuba is not like you can't just get up and go buy food. You can't just get up and say, me I go Dairy Queen, or you can't just get up and say, you go Walmart. You get your book with the items that you're supposed to get for that week. And a lot of the times, there's not enough of those items in the supermarket for when you go with your book now to get those items. And when you go with your book, you get your little much, then I check it off, I have to sign it, and you go home. But if there's not enough there for them get, people are complaining. That's why a lot of people are running from Cuba, because the situation there is no good. It's no good at all. It's not good. So, a lot has changed, because there was a point where you couldn't own your own private business. The government owns everything. They've made some changes since then, but not a lot. So there's still a lot to be done. And the sad part about it is, in terms of education and medical and all of them something there, Cuba well good with them something there. Well good education, the medical system up there. And them agricultural system up there. But, them a old boy, me I tell you. It's not nice at all. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. So I'm going to touch on South Africa a little bit, because that's something that annoy me. It annoy me enough. So the ex-president Jacob Zuma was arrested, charged, and convicted of many crimes. This week, he was sent to prison, or he showed up to start serving his prison time of 2.5 years. And the people them got riot. And not only them a riot in demonstrating against the former president being locked up, then them start to loot the places, the different businesses, and in looting the different businesses, people dead. And that makes sense. Over 100 people dead due to the rioting and the looting because them are demonstrate against a corrupt president, ex-president, going to jail. People need to do better with them something there. They need to do better with that. That not make no sense. None at all. None at all. None at all. So I have 2 topics for tonight that I want to touch on briefly and get your guys' thoughts and opinion on them. One of them is my friend hates me over my husband's money. And it's a Dear Pastor. It was a Dear Pastor letter that I just wanted to get you guys' opinion. So I'll read it and you tell me what you guys' opinion are. So this is the first. I'm a 41-year-old woman. I have 4 children, 2 before I got married and 2 other with my husband. My husband loves the children I had before we got married and he treats them very well. Their father doesn't know how they eat or drink, and my husband told me not to ask him for anything, and he does not volunteer to give them anything at all. When I met my husband, I did not know how my children would react because they're boys. But right away, they started calling him dad, and I did not have to tell them to do so. He's a builder, and they started to go with him on weekends to any job that he had. He would give them money, telling them that was for the day's work. I told him he was spoiling them, and he said no, they earned the money. I act as a secretary for my husband. He trusts me with his money. We have never had any major problems. But recently, one of my friends wanted to borrow some money from him, and he told her to ask me for the money because I am in charge. I told her to go to the bank. So she maliced me and told people that I am mean, and because of that, our friendship ended. My husband knows that I will protect his money. This girl has a reputation of borrowing money and not paying it back. She's always having money problems and man problems also. So I can't trust her with our money, and I don't want my man to have anything to do with her. Do you think that I am wrong? So let me hear your comments and thoughts regarding this issue. Would you have lent your friend the money? And why would your friend go to your husband first to borrow the money as opposed to coming to you to ask you to borrow the money from you, as opposed to going, like, if I'm my friend is supposed to go to my husband to borrow money. My friend's supposed to come to me. So me being petty, the fact that you go to my husband first to go borrow money, meaning I'll lend you when you reach at me. Because why you go to my husband? Why are you going to my husband? So let me drop your thoughts and comments. Let me hear what you guys are thinking on this. Oh, I said that, bitch. Ooh, a little strong, Howard, a little strong. But me hear what you said upon that one. Colleen says, looking for my signature under their pastor. No, she not wrong. Angie says she did the right thing, no money borrowing, right? Especially if you know, say, she have issues repaying money. Why you gonna lend her money? You know you're not gonna get it back. You know you're not gonna get back the money, because if she has that issue, she not pay you back. She not pay you back at all. So yeah, me not lend her the money. And the fact that she go to my husband for money, no, me not lend her the money. And if she wants to stop talking to me for that, no skin off my nose. We good. We good. So let's see. Colleen says more than Howard. Enid says she's more than a bitch. Colleen says red eye, she red eye, right? But you got to my husband, go and try borrow money. You're bright. Hey. And then you walk and tell people, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that at all. So then the next topic is, Howard says, is she working to pay it back? It didn't state whether she was working or not where she can pay it back, but it did state that she's always in money problem and she always borrow people money and pay back. So knowing that, me not get her the money. Knowing that, me not lend her the money. Yeah, me not lend her the money. And my final topic of the night is, I want my married lover to leave his wife. And this was a letter into Steve Harvey. It says, Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm 44 years old, divorced and single for 10 years. My husband divorced me because I cheated on him, and the man I cheated with was married, and he's still married. We met at work, and the rest is history. We are still in a relationship, and it's now been 10 years. Our sex life is great, but our relationship has a few challenges. We have a 6-year-old son, and he has 2 children with his wife. His wife has known about us from the beginning due to my husband sending her explicit text messages, hotel receipts, and pictures of us together. She knew about my pregnancy and is aware that her husband spends time with our son, but she will not leave him. He said he stayed because of the kids, and she will drag him through the mud if he leaves. I really, truly love this man. He's met my parents, my siblings, and all of my friends. Everyone knows he's married, but no one makes a big deal out of it. I had to threaten him with child support to make him step up financially to provide for me and my son. He has put our son on his insurance at work as his 3rd child. Nothing I ever do to this man has made him angry enough to cut ties with me, so I really feel that he loves me. I do want more and have expressed that to him, but he says he has too many obligations at home. I feel like I have a boyfriend and everything is fine until reality sets in and he leaves me to go to his wife and other life. I'm sure his wife knows where I live, but I don't understand why she's never acted out over what I've done. He and I will be connected forever because of our son, but I want him all to myself. I'm getting too old for the back and forth, and he is too. Do I give him an ultimatum, or would that be selfish of me? Oh, man, I'm not here. Oh, don't tell me one thing. Come in and know where to go with that one, eh? Oh, no. Oh, don't tell me one thing. Because how you are going to take the woman, man, and then you complain, say the woman no want to leave her man so you can get it. Lady, if the man did want you, he would leave his wife. The man is quite fine with him arrangement wife have. He's got a wife who he's not leaving. He ain't leaving his wife. That means it's not like you that much. You are convenient. You are comfortable. And you are wonder why the wife has never acted out over what you have done. Like, the wife should come to you to fight you for her man. I mean, I understand. Maybe I do. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. Colleen says the wife don't care shit about her. Cherie says bright light morning star. And Colleen says not even the man care about her. I mean, like seriously. She is going to, one, she want the man to herself. 2, she is going to wonder why the wife hasn't come at her for. Oh boy. Oh boy. Howard says have your cake and eat it too. The man is quite fine. Enid says she is sick. The man is fine. The man has all that he needs. He has a wife. that look like she couldn't care less if he cheats and has kids outside. And he has a girlfriend that is fine being a girlfriend who has a child. And the man have him 2 years and the man fine. The man fine. She want to know if giving an ultimatum would make her selfish. Bitch, please, it's not your man. And then if you give him an ultimatum and he doesn't do what you want him to do, what next? Sometimes women make me just want to slap them silly. But it is what it is. So we're coming to the end of our show, and my soul chattings for this week is: confidence isn't walking into a room thinking you are better than everyone. It's walking in and not having to compare yourself to anyone at all. Confidence isn't walking into a room thinking you're better than everyone. It's walking in and not having to compare yourself to anyone at all. Mic drop. Boom, that's me. No comparison, none at all. Enid says the man love him wife bad, right? Bad, because him not leaving her. And Howard says he's a lucky man. That he is. That he is. That he is. Him not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. So tonight's giveaway is the Latin coffee. That's a giveaway for tonight. It's a Latin coffee. It's not a detox coffee. It tastes more like a latte. It tastes more like a latte. So for those of my coffee drinker, it's more of a latte. It doesn't detox. So it's just a smooth coffee drink. Carly, hey Carlene, thanks for checking in. You just tuned in. Yeah, we're just ending, but you never know. You may have the opportunity to win a free coffee. So thanks for checking in, though. Anyways, I am going to do the draw, and we'll see who wins tonight. We will see who wins tonight. Da, 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 da. Oh, Desiree! Yay! I know where you are, so I will drop off the coffee. So congrats to Desiree. She won a week's supply of the Latin. So you will enjoy that. So I'll drop that off. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. I will see you guys again next Thursday, 9 p.m., same time, same place, different topics, and, we'll hang out again. So thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. See you next week.